Hello and good Friday morning. Tracy here. Hope all is well. So if y'all were with me last evening when I created this A9 card, I told you that I usually leave my mess and then I come back and I try to do stuff with the scraps. And so, I mean, this wasn't exactly a scrap, but it was something I did take out. Um, to work with. So instead of having to put it away, I'm going to go ahead and use it because it really doesn't have any other things that, um, could make a full themed journal. And this comes from, let me grab the paper pad. It's all right, Kitty. You don't have to run away. Is this the right folder? Yeah. Hang on. It is a Stamperia. And these are my Tim Holtz papers, and somehow it got mixed up in there, which that's fine. No big deal. I've got other crap mixed up in here too. Let's see here. Where are ye? Where are ye? Here you are. This is Vintage Library from Stamperia. It's an 8x8 paper pad. And I am going to take it out of there because I'm trying to keep things organized best I can. But I opened up a box that said steampunk and it was full of my missing stickers and cats. Hey, Jana. So what I've done so far is I've made the envelope out of an 8x8 piece of paper. I have it so it velcros closed, and this is not glued because I'm doing stuff with the inside. And you can see that I intensified the dragon. I did that with my pencils this morning, and the reason for that is I feel like a lot of the Stamperia papers, the colors just aren't nearly as intense as I wish they were. So I'm trying to find another of that dragon here. So I'm not 100% thrilled with them. Let me just put it that way. There's the dragon before color intensification. So I didn't go too crazy, but I did want some intensified color. So, and I'll probably use some more of this on this envelope. So I'm going to finish this envelope and then we're going to get into this journal over here. So I did a pocket here. So this is a little vellum pocket because I really don't want to lose any of my details. And then I have here something that can be a journaling card and it can go inside of here. And then just a little plain blue tag because it goes nicely with the scheme. And then I made a circular sort of tag situation to fit inside of here. And then I need one more thing. And then I think I want to add this to this tag. This is a Louisa Heinzel. Quiet here this morning, and that's okay. I had a rough night. And then Mike cooked me breakfast at like 5:30 in the morning. I typically don't eat that early because my stomach just can't handle it. And today was no exception. I'm just like, ugh, now. All I want to do is take a nap. Okay, Mama Juju. Good to see you. So I'm just going to add this right about here. I'm going to keep it within that circle. And then the back could be journaling space, whatever. So that way I don't cover up a bunch of the artwork that's in here. And then let's put a little something something inside of here. I was going to do this field diary on here, but I don't want the green. Um, yeah, I just don't want the green, so I'm not going to. And then I put a little corner tuck pocket right here that I can stick something in. So what else do I have left here of scraps? I have this little leaf, but then again, we're back into the greens, and I really don't want any green. Ah, I think Mike's trying to talk to me, and I'm not able to visit right now. Let's see, what can I tuck in here? I know. I have these out. And no, let's see, what else do I have out? Oh, I took these out. Okay. What's small in here? Hey, Cheryl. Yeah, and plus that, I'm not a big fan of this cooking. It's not, or it's not horrible, but it's not my favorite either. Maybe this little encouragement, little message of encouragement right here can go inside of there. Yeah, I don't typically eat until about, kind of here's my pattern. I eat about 10 o'clock in the morning, and it doesn't matter what time I get up. I'm just not really hungry until then. And then I take a nap about 11. I like to get into my nap about 11, and I'll sleep for a couple of hours because I wake up at like 3 o'clock in the morning. So I'm tired by then because by then I've been up for many hours. Tired and bored and don't feel like crafting because I'm tired. Let's go ahead and scoop this up. And that can just get tucked right there. So then you can put as much as you want inside the envelope. Probably what I should do is like I'll do a whole nother like journaling sheet that could slide in and out. But I want to decorate these parts. And then this can go inside of a journal with two sides to it. So start with this side. Let's see, what else did I leave out? Okay, so I left out a bunch of textiles. Let me see if I can make something fun out of those. Okay, I staple those all together. Maybe I want them a little bit spread apart, not too much though. Stapler. Oh, I had a feather too. Where's that feather? There it is. Thank you. Staple those all together. And then trim. And I'm going to trim at all different lengths. I want to trim this one that way. These aren't the best scissors for fabric. That's okay. Let's get the sorry ribbon. And then this can go here, but I'll need something on top of it. And what I kind of want is books. And so that's why I got out my steampunk box, which had nothing steampunk in it and just cats and stickers. But I also have a steampunk folder, and I know there's books in here. So I remember cutting them out. At least I think I remember cutting them out. And this is on some pretty heavy paper. That's a pocket. Where's the books? Maybe this is not what I was thinking it was. Okay, none of that is books. Let's see, maybe in here. I think these are just little animals. I need books. I might have to use that other. I think this was for a kit from, I forget who, but there aren't any books in here. So bummer. I don't know where those are. They're somewhere in this room. Let's see. Wait a minute. Now maybe they're on the straight pages that still need to be cut out. Frames. This is the group that, whatever, what happened to it? I don't know. I don't know. Let's see if I can get these back in here without ruining everything. A lot of steampunk butterflies in here. I like butterflies. Okay, let's go over to the Stamperia pad. There should be books in there because that's what it's about. Morning, Jim. Maybe that. Okay, that's a maybe. Ah, that's more like it. And that almost looks like a shelf for junk journals. So let's get a circle punch here. Okay, circle punch. A good size one. Like inch and a half, maybe. No snowflakes. Is there such a thing as too many punches? Yeah. When you can't find the punch you need. Um, and I'm sorry, I hate wasting your time looking for things. It's just annoying. They're all here. There's just so many of them. This is an inch and a half, but it's got a scalloped edge, and I think I'm okay with that. Because I'm going to need to, make it thicker than that. Um, okay. Oh, we'll see. We'll see. Let's grab, I've got some, do I have some plain scrap? Yes, I do. Some watercolor, nice and thick. Because I do want that to be sturdy. So, do those look like books when it's cut out like that? Kind of. Hi, Linda. Good morning. Hey, Nima. Good morning. I don't like to glue it all the way to the edge because then the glue seeps out. And then when I try to ink it, it won't ink where the glue seeped out. I think what I'll do is put one on one side and one on the other. I think I can cut this down a little so that it's got a way to glue down. Okay. And I'm inking in black. I typically don't do that, but that's what I'm doing today. Because it just goes better with the color scheme. It's kind of also a kind of grungy neutral palette. Go ahead and get the back side here because in case it shows through. Okay. Sure I've got the books going the correct way. Good, a big old glob. I think I'll staple that too. And then I'll probably put a button or something else on this. just going to hold together better. Yeah, I like that plan. What do you guys think? Oh, I'm excited that you're coming and excited to watch and play along. Play along, I hope. So I didn't get that on there very straight, but that's not important, is it? I just kind of have to decide on placement. And I don't mind if this hangs down a little bit. Just mainly want things to be centered. And I took out last night this guy, but he's kind of too big to sit on there. Maybe, I don't know. Let's cut him out and find out. I'm not going to cut out the antenna. Too much work and too delicate. I'm just going to cut top and bottom and see if I like the way it kind of sits on there, and then I'll cut the rest. I'm going to use it somewhere, so I might as well just cut it all out, right? Because I would rather use this stuff than put it away. Lazy bones. We'll see how long I can go. Like I said, I got an upset stomach. And plus, I made the coffee this morning, and I made it Mike's strength. He drinks his coffee really, really strong, but I wanted to share. Typically, he makes his own in his pot, and I make mine. And I like the flavored ones like caramel pecan and stuff, and he doesn't. He just likes strong black coffee, which makes me have a stomach ache. So there's that. See, I kind of do like that on there. Pretty much covers the books, but whatever. Whatever. If I was going to do the backside, I probably should have done that first before I put heavy duty clunky stuff on here. That's all right too. That's kind of how I function when I'm just trying to clean up scrap. Who the heck is he talking to? Must be on the phone. I can hear Mike's voice. See, I like that. You guys like that? Yeah, I just can't do strong. Ugh. And I have to have cream and sugar in my coffee. So I guess I couldn't be considered like a real coffee drinker. I, pure black, no, no, no. I wish, because I would definitely reduce a lot of sugar in my life, but I only put 1 spoon, and I don't drink any more than 2 cups. We just won't talk about any donuts I might have had with it. What do you guys think? I think so. I think yes. I think yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Um, so I took this out, but it's just a little bit strong in color. I could alter the color. I've got a piece of paper towel here. No, nope, nope, nope. So sometimes I'll even use that. I think I'll just go with, I do want to enhance right in there. So I'm going to grab one of my pencils here and kind of a taupish brown color and just kind of come around and enhance that body since I cut the wings off or the antenna off. Nothing big, just tiny bit of anything. Okay, where did I put the, okay, here it is. Okay, I still have half a clock too, but it's the bottom half. And I already put part of it there. I don't really want to put an upside down clock. I can't. My brain won't let me. Milk flavored with some coffee. Yeah. I'm just going to glue down the body. Glue it so that the wings are kind of sitting in the right direction. And that covers my staple. Okay. Now what else do I have laying around here? Okay, I have these scraps from the Art House Whimsy lady that I cut out last night, or the leaves. And that's really pretty. So I can start to build maybe a little something here. Golly, I've almost run out of what I left laying out. There's more, I do have more. This I just took out of my black ink. I don't know how it got in there. It's got some pink on it, so I kind of don't want to use it because of the pink. Go ahead and ink this up. Of course it would make you feel grown up drinking that coffee. Oh, my son Joe, he was when he was a child, a baby, well, probably about, I don't know, 16, 18 months old. I was going to college and she was watching him, and she would feed him coffee just to shut him up. He loved it. Okay. And then I have this Tim Holtz paper laying around. Oh, I also have parts of this that I cut out. That's really pretty right there. So I will deal with that whilst not losing my girl up top. I hate wasting any of this because this paper's expensive. A little bit more over here. Got a tiny little house. Fun stuff. Okay, get you guys over there. And then this piece off. See how much will fit on there, what I can fit. I think we'll try and fit this little corner. Come here, sweetheart. With the little flower. Oh, I remember doing that and doing it with also tissue paper. My aunt was a occupational therapist assistant, and she basically, it was her job to do crafts. Um, which, what a heck of a job. I'd take it. You know what? This is a job for pinking shears. See, it's pretty, huh? You'd never know that was somebody's shoulder. Okay, now back to this little collage situation to decide where I want to put it. I'm going to put it on the left. Here with that. Where's the other piece that I was going to use? I don't know. I lost it. Is this it? Yep. Okay. She was an artist. She could draw. I can't draw. I tried to copy her drawing because I loved her style. I think I showed you guys in a live one time the picture she drew of me. Where is that? I don't know. Every once in a while I think about her and get mad and hide it. She was not a nice person. She was a good artist, but she was not a nice person. Anyway, she liked to draw, you know how the big eyes, she didn't do big eyes, she did big shoes, like humongous shoes. And they were so cute, like little giant pink Mary Janes and stuff. Just really cute stuff. Anyway, anyway, that looks like a book almost, huh? I have here flowers left over from last night. That's too big. It, it doesn't work with the aesthetic. Okay, let's grab a little piece of this Tim Holtz paper. And tuck it under. So I don't want it up so high. Down like so. Layer those like so. Yeah, I like. Oh, this one was a little sticky all by itself. Or it was sticking to that. Sorry. I think I put that down lower than I meant to. Let's raise that up a little. They weren't clown shoes, but they were huge, like as if they were clown shoes. Gosh, darn it, where is that stupid picture? Now I have to find it. I have no clue what. It's in one of these nooks and crannies, which there's about 20 of them, so I don't want to waste your time looking for it. I'll try and remember to dig it out to show you next time. This one I wanted to go all the way to the bottom, make that sort of look like a book. And then we've got this piece here. And I think I want to, I'm not going to layer anything else with that other than maybe a circle, like a postage stamp or some kind of a circular label. Yeah, or an instant. I know, right? Let's see, what do I have? I got a tiny circle cutter. I don't think the word of just makes any sense by us. There's some people who will just put random stuff and I can't. My brain will not allow that. Everything has to make sense to me. So that's kind of a bummer sometimes because then you're limited with your brain. Let's see, notions and envelopes. This is, yeah, labels and such. See if I can find one small enough. I want a very small one. Oh, here we go. Look at this. Um, Not the color I want. Okay, that's just plain, but it's cute. Maybe. That's a maybe. You guys, I've been collecting printables over the years and cutting them out back when I was working because, like, sometimes I would have to wait for somebody to reformat their phone or, oh, I like that word. Okay. Um, Wait in between calls or whatever, or just, talk to people. And I could sit there and cut while I was talking. And so I would cut all the live long day. Rather enjoyed it. Oh, there's a little, huh? A lot of this stuff I haven't even looked at in years. Morning, Judy. I need to add a shoe to this project. I'd have to draw one. I don't think I have anything that's shoe or shoe adjacent. Yes, yeah, I was wanting a different shape, but that's too big. I was wanting a little circle. I guess. Not the right color. What do I have over here? That's a big circle. Do I have any little? Oh, wait a sec. No. Isn't that a cute little whale tail? I made a lot of tiny things in here, but none of them are tiny enough. They're all too, well, wait a minute. I think so. I'd rather have one that has some sort of a, ta-da, I like that. Okay. See, I keep digging out more stuff, which is completely beside the point of what I'm trying to do here. Right here. That's okay. I like that. It works perfect. Because now I'm kind of building so that the eye goes diagonally. So if I left it like this and didn't build anything up here, then it's lopsided. And these are some tags I made a couple of years ago. So this all becomes part of this design. So I took out this etiquette's work. I still don't want to put a flower on there. It's too much. A flower and a butterfly just gets on my nerves a little bit. Okay, we've got some more little parts of this. And then I'll switch gears because it's getting late. Needs thing. Come on. Hands quit working. I don't like that. Nope. Okay, yeah, now we're going in the direction I want. So I want this to kind of underlap that butterfly. A little bit more. Now I need to find something small to tuck in there. Cheryl, have you ever looked for them? They aren't they're advertised in a 4-pack and they're advertised as gardening scissors. And it's a 4-pack and it's like $20 for the 4-pack or maybe less here in the US. But you know, if you bought it under that guise, it might be more cost effective for you. Yeah, that'll work. Hello, hello, hello. I don't want to accidentally glue. That down to the, because I got glue on it. I didn't mean to. I don't want to glue that down to the envelope itself so it can't open. Shoot. Yeah, I don't see a way to tighten them. I mean, you might be able to. This is a rivet, though. They're definitely proprietary. So if they break or get dull, too bad. I want a little piece of this. I just like the stuff. It's medical gauze. Okay, hands don't want to pick that up at all. And this word is completely unrelated to the whole doggone thing, by the way. Okay. So, I gotta give that a minute to get stuck before I step away from it. Is that on there straight? Yeah. So, we've got, this will open up to the inside. And I'll probably decorate the back as well, because I can, but for now, I'm just gonna add a little embellishment. I have scissors like that. The Guggenheim or something like that. No, these aren't. These are, I don't know, but they can be worked on. And they need to be because they're not very sharp. Hey, Abraham. Sorry about that. I forget that when I move because I'm such a big girl, the whole room shakes. All right, this is Irresistible Pico Embellisher, and this is the color of bronze. And so I'm going to do these little guys right here. And it looks black, but when it dries, it's a dark metallic. And I might do a little swirl right here, a little dot right there, maybe a little swirl right here. Right here. All right, that's going to get set aside to dry. I can never get this back in here. I obviously need new glasses to get stuck. All right, there's that. I'm going to put it where I can't touch it accidentally. I'm going to do a really bad thing, which is what I do all the time. And we're going to get out this little journal for our little adventure we're going to have. And I'm going to just kind of run you through what I did here. So this is some Art House Whimsy paper. And then your first assignment is to make a color wheel beside the one that you are going to use for the project to put on the project. And so I made mine, and what I did was I used my compass, which I guess the other name for it is a protractor. I don't know. This is old, 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 old. Anyway, I used my compass and I just drew a circle the size I wanted. And I wanted it under 5 inches, but I still ended up cutting some of it off. And I colored it in with acrylic pens, acrylic markers. I sold all my alcohol markers except for the very few of these. And then I have some off-brand ones, but I sold the rest of them. So, but this is alcohol marker along the side here. And let's see, this is just some printed papers, and this is an Art House Whimsy gal and her little wings. This was just I don't even know where I put them. They're just, you can get them at Walmart. They're white with silver, and I just used some alcohol ink to color that in. And then I also put that Pico embellisher around it, and now you could see how the bronze is. So, and then inside is my first page, which that would be where you would put your color wheel, and you don't have to glue it down. And I'm using watercolor paper. I need to cut a new one for this, but I haven't yet. And I've just gone and attached with a paper clip because I want to do these off and then glue them on. And then on this book, I glued 3 pages together so that they'd be sturdy enough to handle, mixed media, because that's what I like to do. And they are, as you can see. So then I made these little tabs, and all I did was, and they're just made with the leftovers of what I cut off of my watercolor paper. And they're just basically folded in half and then scored. So I'm going to show you how I made this one. I'm going to fold it in half, and then where's that little circle punch I was just using? I'm going to take my, just so you know how to make these in case you want to. Bone folder, where are you, honey? Who knows? The shadow knows. It's not where it's supposed to be. Let's just grab this. When all else fails, grab something else. And then took my little circle punch, and I just went about a third of the way in on the circle punch, making sure that the line was in the center, and just clipped each side off. And this is a little I think I got this at Hobby Lobby, the circle punch. They have a bunch of sizes. And then I just took my corner punch and punched all the corners. And there you have it, little tabs. Yes, this is, I mean, you'll do this in any way you want. So I had suggested that you could do it in any spiral notebook. You could do it in a specialized journal that you bought. You could do it on ATC cards. You could make a tag journal. You don't have to even put them together. You can just put them in a box. Maybe you want to do memory dex cards. Whatever you're comfortable with, this is just mine. And so, for instance, I have around here somewhere just a regular spiral notepad. Somewhere. Somewhere. You know, the kind that you get for school. Or, but it's like this big, but it's a fatty. It should be here somewhere, but I can't see it anywhere. Maybe I put it in the next drawer down. Okay, maybe I put it in the next drawer down. No, I don't know where the heck I put it. Anyway, doesn't have to be a hardcover. This was a freebie I got. I don't want to really spend any money on the project, other than getting a or printing a color wheel. Yeah, cheapo one from the dollar store. Absolutely. Just get kind of the fatty one so that you can glue pages together if you are going to do heavy mixed media paper on it. If you're just going to do lightweight cardstock and glue it down, then you wouldn't really necessarily have to do that. But you will have to tear out some pages because it'll, you know, especially if you opt for something like this, it'll get fat. I feed my journals as well as I feed myself. So I went with red, red, orange, orange, yellow, orange, yellow, yellow, green, green, blue, blue. Uh-oh, don't stick together. Um, blue, blue, violet, violet, and violet red. And the colors that I used, this was Barn Door ink. I used all Distress inks. This was a combination of Barn Door, and actually I think I got out my Simon Hurley Guppy for that. And then this is Simon Hurley Guppy. And then this is the Guppy combined with, I want to say Scattered Straw. This is Squeezed Lemonade. Um, Twisted Citron. Um, Mode, Mode Lawn. Um, Peacock Feather. I want to say Uncharted Mariner, but it might not be. I might have mixed a blue and a green. Blueprint Sketch, uh, Villainous Potion, and Pick Raspberry. So I use, and I'm going to use, if I use inks on my pages, I'll be using the Distress inks mostly. So I still need to do the back, and what I'll do is as I do these pages, then I will edge these pages because I don't want this to be white. White isn't my thing. I can't have white things is the fact of the matter. So I'm gonna do the back side of this. What was cool about this is that it was slick, and I thought I was gonna do it with alcohol ink. But and I did, and it came out really crappy. I just didn't like the way it looked. But it probably didn't come out bad. I just didn't love it. So I'm gonna use my what are these? Spectrum Noir. And I'm just going to go through and color the edges here. And I don't care if it's perfect or not, but I do want it filled in. So I'll go along and fill these in and then come back and fill in the tops. And then I'm going to cover it with paper, the same paper. It's a little bit of a pain to do that. You don't have to do that. I just want to. See, I just got ink on my pages. I need to be a little bit more careful. You're even more excited now. Good. Yay. Hi. Good morning. Hi. Or evening to you, I guess, Sadie. You're probably getting ready to go to bed. And this dries down to a little bit of a darker shade. You know, I made a post on my community tab, but for some reason it is not showing up. And I'm wondering if I actually hit send or if I just hit back and never sent it. Did you guys see it? Almost 1 a.m. Yeah, hi. Welcome back, Cordelia. Heck, if you, I mean, you have a week, you could take your whole notepad and just dump it in a pile of coffee and then kind of dry it out if you're having an actual spring or summer. It's raining, raining, raining here. If you wanted it to be grungy or coffee dyed or whatever. And then I'm just going to come around these edges, trying to be careful. And because this is alcohol ink, it'll stick to this slippery, shiny paper, which I'm not a fan of. I don't like the shiny paper, but I don't mind this. And it may look strange to you that I'm using blue because it's not typically a color that I use. I may have somehow grunged that down with a little bit of orange to get it more brown blue looking. I don't know. I'm looking at it there going, why is that darker? Maybe I just did 2 coats. I don't remember. And I'm not gonna mess with over on that side. It's just too much work. I just don't want it to be white. So I found what Delise last night was talking about when I was saying that I watched Veronica Mars and I was disappointed with season 4 because 10 years had gone by. But apparently there's a movie, and I watched the movie last night. and the movie kind of got me caught up. But if you were watching the whole thing and you're watching seasons 1 through 3, and then all of a sudden season 4, it's 10 years later without any kind of segue that I could notice. Maybe it was there and I'm just too thick to notice, but yeah. Where'd that lid go? Okay. Now let's grab the papers. See, I've already made a mess, and I left several pages for notes that I can tear out if I want to, or pull out because this is, that thing. I need one of these toys. It's never going to happen, but it would be great if it did. Whimsy papers. I'm not sure which folder it's in. Okay, not this folder. I'm tempted to use my fish just because I love the fish. I love the fish. Yeah, I'm gonna use the fish. Okay, so I need my ruler. Yeah, I know it's here because I just used it recently. And you'd think that I'd remember the measurements. I need it to be 5 1/4 by 8. I need to clean this, don't I? Oops. Okay, if I want this to be 8, I'm going to need a different measuring tool. What are you on? Can be a tiny bit over 8. Line off. I'm still going to lose some of my fish, but that's okay. It happens. I love the fish paper too. I do. And I have the fish individuals and I have it in bigger prints. That's what I shop with Art House Whimsy, and that's why I love printables. Is well, for 2 reasons, but the main reason is because I can print as many as I want. And I don't have to pay extra and I don't have to pay any shipping, and I can have what I want when I want it because crafters, and that's what we want. I'm going to etch this with my typical unusual vintage photo. Because the edges will be white because I printed it on white paper. be great for a guy card, but like I said, I personally love the looks of fish. I don't like really eating them that much, and I definitely don't love fishing. I don't want to touch it or smell it. Oh, I don't want to touch it. Ooh, I don't want to touch any worm or any fly or any. I think Mike likes to use guppies. I don't know. Mike loves to fish. He's always trying to get me to go fishing with him. Like, nah. I don't mind going though. It's kind of fun. I can put a little pocket inside of there because I kind of my plan, and I saved all of my offcuts from these somewhere around here, so that on the opposite side I can put a pocket here and cover that scrapbook.com. And not that I don't want it there, but I don't want it there. Oh, come on. There you go. You're my cat. Where's my baby girl? She's now starting to love me. I got her in November, and she hid for the first probably month. And then she started kind of coming out once in a while where I could see her. She would sneak out at night and eat and stuff. But slowly but surely now she's up on my bed, sleeping on the corner, in all the fun cat positions, giving me slow blinks, rubbing on me. She still doesn't let me pet her unless I'm petting her with my foot. She doesn't mind a little bit on the head, but she'd rather be pet with my foot. And that to me is the weirdest thing. And then we'll put the other fish on the very back. See, I rubbed off some of my ink there. I want to just add that back before I glue that down because I didn't let it dry before I started screwing around, Bobby. Okay. Ah, the masturbator. That's pretty cute. I mean, if you were a fisher person, and my son Kevin, oh my gosh, he sent me a picture of a salmon that he caught. So he typically does fly fishing and stuff, but he moved from Southern Oregon to Vancouver, Washington, and right on the Columbia River. But in order to get to any of his favorite fishing spots, he's got to drive an hour. So, and he said he didn't really like salmon fishing, but he went with his brother-in-law and caught this huge, huge fish. Female, because he told me he got eggs out of her. I love it. Yep, the fish is from Art House Whimsy. Yeah, and that's the other thing cool about Art House Whimsy is I don't care if you're in Canada, the UK, Iceland, wherever you are. It's not going to cost you duties and all that extra stuff shipping. The only thing it's going to cost you is your printer ink. And if you want nice colors, if you want nice rich colors, the paper, is a little bit on the expensive side, but not nearly as much as if you paid for 12 sheets of pattern paper. Hey guys, well, I built me a raft and she's ready for floating. It totally doesn't go with the front, but I don't care. I was in the mood for fish. Um, All right, that's it for today. So just to kind of recap, I've got this ready to go for starting next Thursday. And if you guys want to jump ahead, do your color wheel. And then I'm going to be working on the red page and possibly the red orange and giving you some ideas of what you could do, to fill your page. And for instance, red orange is rust color, and that's what I intend to do. I intend to make this a grungy journal because grunge is my thing. I like it, and I'm just going to do what I like. I do what I want. And you don't have to choose a side exactly. And so the same with any digis. And I think Di has a lot of digis in her shop too. She has some really pretty stuff. But every time she comes up with something new, I'm broke. And even like because of being on Social Security, like right now, payday's in a couple days, I'm down to $7. I don't have a savings account. I'm gonna add a little bit of brown here. So yeah. No, that just screwed it up. Don't do that, T. Okay. Yes, please and thank you. Okay, so that's ready. And then I worked on this envelope. And let's see. These these are almost dry. Doesn't really take super long for that stuff to dry. That one's a little thick, so I'm not going to touch it. Put stapled together some just very ribbon that was on my desk from last night. This was on my desk from last night. This paper was on my desk from last night. And then I made this so that it opens all the way out and so that you can put things inside of there and then tuck that in a belly band. I'll probably put a pocket on the back, probably decorate these sides and stuff too. I don't know, haven't decided. Be kind of fun to do a little same shape, do a flip out. So I might try that. I don't know. But you'll see it in a future journal or maybe even this one. Who knows? I mean, I don't have specific pages in this lesson plan for neutrals, but you can use neutrals on any page you want. No, YouTube's not making you rich. I gotcha. Yeah, me neither. And especially now that I don't do pre-recorded videos and I'm not doing videos for design teams. So all I have are my lives, and I don't monetize my lives until after they're over because I feel like, and I know that a lot of you have like the premium, and I have the premium now too. And YouTubers don't make hardly anything off if you have premium. We make a little bit, but maybe if a cent or two. But those paid advertisements are the only way, and memberships. And my membership dwindles because I suck and I forget to do things for members only. So my apologies. Anyway, that's it for today. I hope y'all have a good weekend. I am going to probably take my OPN, which those of you that know me know that's my old people nap, and then get up and do some chores or watch TV or whatever I want. Golly, I love being retired. Anyway, take it easy. Don't forget to that. See y'all next Thursday. We'll get started on these. And just by the way, I'll be doing these Thursday evenings and Friday mornings. So that's going to be both shows. And I will be doing progressively. So I'm not going to do red Friday night and red again Thursday evening because we don't have, we just have the month of June. And so my thinking for why I did this is because it's kind of, for some people, it's a rainbow month. And so I wanted to do rainbow, and the color wheel is rainbow. Look at, see, I don't know how people get these bead things to not act stupid and get stuck like that, but yeah, I'm learning, I'll get there. Come on, turn, go, 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 go. There you go. See ya. Bye, April.